This right here might be the biggest project of this world so far. After I repaired the train station, I was really about to tidy up the whole train shed and to, just get the old rusty train parts somewhere because, well, they didn't look so good and I didn't want to leave them out in the nature, rusting. And while I was taking care of bits and bobs, I just found something that was really, really interesting for me. And this is where the story begins. Ooh, what are these things? It looks like these are 2 documents. I have to eat first. It looks like it's a blueprint. There are some undefined letters and numbers here and some circles and angles. I can see sandstone, tough stone bricks, painted glass. Be whatever it is. It looks like a blueprint and look at that. It looks like such an amazing building. And what is the other one?
To whom this document may later concern. I, Harlan Keats, submit this notice regarding the proposed track line extension depot, intended to stand north of the main station beyond the tree line. The depot was designed to support engine number 47 and to manage TerraTech-related laboratory imports and exports along the extension route. Construction has been postponed indefinitely. Official reason? Insufficient funding. Unofficial note? Several issues arose during the internal TerraTech evaluations, matters not suited for public release. Until further instruction, the surveyed land is to remain untouched. All blueprints and documents are to be archived under restricted access.
Signed Harlan Keats, 1973. Oh, wait a minute. So this document said that there's supposed to be a warehouse north to the main station, if I'm not mistaken. It's north of the main station, yeah. And this warehouse should have been supported import and export related to the factory that we have just repaired the other day. So that one, which means that it should have been a big complex which would probably store a lot of poisonous and dangerous goods. And now this blueprint makes a lot of sense. So this would be the warehouse. It wouldn't be a really, really fancy warehouse, but actually this would have been a warehouse. And as it says, it was postponed, so technically that warehouse doesn't really exist. Yeah, I definitely gotta sleep on that. So according to this document, north of the main station, so this was the main station according to previous tapes, there should have been a warehouse to the north. So looking at the map, this is north to the main station and nothing is here. So literally there is nothing here except me with arrows in my head. I had a debate night with the skeletons. Liar! But back to this thing, there is nothing except some grasses and a lonely tree. So this is supposed to be the warehouse. Well, it looks like it was a construction zone once because, well, there are these huge dirt piles which actually turned into grass with time because grass just spread on them. But yeah, it definitely looks like there were some holes, there were some basement areas, and well, they worked on this place. But well, according to the document, the founding and several issues arose during internal TerraTech evaluations, matters not suited for public release. I don't know if I will going to dig this area or do some diggings here. Will anything blow up? Because of course I don't want that. I hope that they didn't bury dangerous goods under here. But I mean, we have basically nothing to lose. I actually wanted to make a bigger warehouse. So with all these things in my hand, so the blueprint with some notes on the back, and with this that there's supposed to be a warehouse, I think we can just build the warehouse, right? So I am really good at reading blueprints and I really love to create things. Of course, I will use some creativity and I will modify it a bit. But I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to build a warehouse. And there is a really big area. So, and again, the document also said that this is basically related to the main train line. So if we think about it that way, this is going to be the next stop of the train line. Because of course, we have a main train line, which is the spine of the whole thing, and there are some branches that are actually independent stops. And this warehouse should be the next heartbeat of our main train line. The footprint starts to take shape. Beam by beam, the archive vision returns. Feels like I'm finishing a story someone else began. Alright, dear friends, well, now I guess it's time to dress up the warehouse from the inside. Although, I'm going to show you around first because, well, a lot of things happened. I have spent like a week building this whole thing. I actually have a speed build of this, so I will share it with you. I will probably upload it as a short, but let me just show you around in this build. I'm going to do the free cam, the cheaty free cam, and as you can see, it is a proper warehouse. So this is basically what people call a textbook warehouse. Well, first of all, I have this tower here, which looks pretty good from the outside, I guess. I tried to do the texturing and the weathering right there. And I think this is going to be like the engine room with a steam engine. And everywhere else, as you can see, plenty of spaces to basically just, you know, have a lot of containers and vaults that will actually contain what we have, all the items. In the middle, this is the centerpiece of the whole thing. So basically, I have built a small, like, scale model of how I'm imagining this whole warehouse, and this is basically it. So I thought that while I was building it, I was like, oh, this would be so great to have it on display of some sort. I just decided to do it like this. Maybe I'm a maniac, but in a good way. And right here, it is not done yet, but this is basically the train dock. So the trains will arrive here and the trains will go from here. And this is going to be basically the deposit place for the trains, let's call it that way. And right here, I am actually going to connect this thing to the brick factory, and I will make this truck move, and it will of course go here, reverse back, and then go back to the brick factory. But enough of the talking, because now we have to do something about the vaults and the storage space. And right here, I want to mainly break down the whole thing and how I'm imagining it. So basically, we will have to deal with two parts or two phases. One is going to be sending and the other one is going to be receiving, because of course every storage system has to have a sending and the receiving part. For example, here it's the small scale, but this is the sending part. So whenever I'm trying to send something to there to wash it or like smelt it, this is going to be the output of the whole thing. And when I want to receive it, it's going to be on the inside. This is the receiving part, because when I want something to bring it to me, I am just going to press it, it's receive it, and it will be here. So this is the receiving part. But now we have to do it in big scale. And when I say big scale, I mean big scale. So I just made a shulker box of barrels and a double chest of iron sheets, because of course I need twice as much iron sheets as barrels to make vaults. So now I guess it's just time to craft all these things. And that's basically the last stack of vaults. So I have a shulker box of vaults. And now we have nothing else left but to place these vaults into the warehouse. And now I have a really concerning thing, because I have basically no idea how to place the vaults. Because number one can be that I'm going to place the vaults like so. Like you can see, there are 3x3 spaces here and big empty spaces to basically fill up the whole thing. Or the other thing that could be is that I'm placing the vaults here. And this is a bit more sympathetic for me. I don't know why, but well, basically what I want to do is I want the vaults to be surrounded around a center area, so that whenever I'm requesting something, it will be right there as soon as possible. So I think the smartest way to go around this whole way and to use the less amount of resources, if I were just to put the vaults like this. So 81 vaults can go to basically one maxed out vault system. And so I'm going to do it like this, and then I am going to do the other one like this. So in this case, the output and the input can also reach this vault and this vault. I don't have to do the output twice for 2 vaults, but they can actually sustain it at one place. So right now, this is what I think could be the best solution, and we will see if that's indeed the case. Now I'm gonna put the vaults down. All right, so yeah, this is something unexpected, let's just say that. And so now I have to play around with this thing and see how I will be able to get all the materials that I will need from these storages, and how I will be able to deposit the items that I don't need anymore or I will need later. So I will just hop into my creative world and see how I can solve it. All right, so as I tested it out, now I think I have an idea. How should these things work? So first things first, I'm gonna grab some belts. I'm gonna grab some shafts. I also have some calbs just in case I need more belts. I will need packagers, as much as we can have. I think that's probably enough. A bit more than enough. Let's see if I can make frogports. I would need 18 frogports. Ooh, that's basically a lot of frogports. I can do 8. Now I have 18. Actually, I don't think I need frogports, but just keep them. Maybe we will need it someday. I will also need stocklink. Ooh, that's gonna be a bit pricey. But first of all, let me just make the whole thing work. Because, well, it's possible that it will probably not work. Alright, so yeah, it's gonna look ugly, but it's going to look like this all the way until here. Perfect. The first step is done. Isn't it great? Okay, so we have to do it like this, and then I am going to do the other one like this. If I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. And why am I doing it like this? Why am I doing it this ugly? Well, I can actually do it like this. It's not that ugly anymore. Well, because I have to have 2 packagers. One is coming from here, one is coming from here. And of course, I will have to put some funnels right here, so they will be able to deploy the packages, basically. And I'm just going to do them over and over again. And right now, I think I want to make like a pillar here and connect frogports to here, because now I will place this right here and the frogport on top, chain conveyor here as well, and well, I will put another one somewhere over here-ish, and now basically just connect them. Hope it will not look that bad. It actually looks pretty good, pretty promising. Yeah, so it should work like this. The problem is that I cannot exceed the length of this belt because, well, it's the maximum length. So I'm using an item drain and it should work perfectly fine. There we go. And one here, the other way. There we go. And let's start to place down the funnels. Oh, I think I need a bit more than that. All right, I think my best bet is if I place a straw statue here, Not like that, but like this. All right. Let's give this statue a name. Ah, that's right. Welcome, Throllish. Nice to see you here. But of course, let's put it like this. So if I am just randomly filling these things up with anything, all right, like this. And if I label these frogports up on the first level, it is going to work, because right now, well, you can actually request these things, but they will just circle around at the first chain conveyor. I can show it to you actually, but it will not do so much. So, oh no, yeah, actually it's circling here. But you know, the frog port doesn't receive it. It doesn't catch the package. And the reason of that is because we didn't label the sending frog ports, which is a pretty important thing. So the way you have to label the frog ports, because of course you have to give a destination for those frog ports up there, the one up there and the one up there. So they can send packages, but they will not know where to send them, because there can be many receiving frog ports. So they will not know where should they send the goods or the packages. So for that, you have to label them. And the way to label them is, well, at first you have to check what's the name of the receiving frog port. And you just basically have to put a clipboard or a sign next to the frog port. I usually do it like this. And you just write here #2. No, #warehouse. Okay, so it's #warehouse. And the other one should be #warehouse as well. So now, if I will request that same block, should send it. Oh, maybe not, because I didn't set it to warehouse. But now if I set it to warehouse, it will send the basil block to the warehouse. So as you can see, it just received it and the basil block is here. It's amazing, right? So now we have a working storage system, basically 50% working storage system, because as I said, we will have to have the sending and we will have to have the receiving. I think receiving could be easy and hard at the same time. So we have to have an input. So let's say, for example, this is the deposit box, and we just put everything here that we want to insert into the storage system. And then we have to have belts that are going that way and are branching out to these storages. So it will distribute it evenly. That would be probably the best case scenario. But in this case, it will look so bad if we were to have just the belt system. So I made it. But now I will need a chain conveyor, of course. So if I put something here, it will send it to the deposit frog port, which will then put the whole thing here. And from that point, I just have to get some funnels going like that. And it will circle around. It will look for the funnel and it will deposit the things to the first item vault, which has empty spaces. So right now it will just put it into that barrel because I don't have a funnel yet. Let me see. Okay, so I put it here. It automatically pulls it, and for some reason it doesn't grab it. Is it connected? I have to figure this out because it doesn't seem right. Alright, so I finally managed to get it done somehow. Well, I had to add another set of chain conveyors because it looked like that if you are attaching like a chain conveyor hub to another like destination, it would not work. Don't ask me how or why, but well, it looks like this is the rule. But I mean, this is perfectly fine for me. Now it works. So if I just put it there, it receives it and it places everything right in here. Oh, look at Throllish. I think Throllish is just as excited as we are. And I think I just turned my train hub into mob spawner. So the bottom line is, it looks ugly. The zombie babies are annoying as hell. But well, I think I will make some cool decorations for them, maybe like a statue on top. But we will figure this out. We will figure this out. And I'm really sorry if this episode is really about bits and bobs and doing things, but yeah, I think this is something that is like a huge milestone in this series, and I really wanted you to be a part of this whole thing, because I think making my big old warehouse storage system is something that is really special for a content creator, for someone who's playing with survival Minecraft. And this is just the beauty of the whole thing. And you know what else is beautiful? Lighting up another portal. Because of course from now on this whole thing is going to be my, well, main area. So as every base, this is also requiring another portal. Look at this thing. And right here, I would also like to ask you to please help me. What should I put in the empty spaces? So of course I will have some workshop items here like press, mixer and stuff, but I have a lot of empty spaces. So I would need your best advices because I know that you guys are so much better in create and you are so much better in engineering, that's for sure. So I would just need your advices. But now I won't like to waste your time and I will get going with the decorations. But before that, let me move my storage. Oh, this is the most exciting part. I just got my current storage on a minecart contraption and well, oh yeah, of course. Well, I think it's going to be a bit of a time until it drains out, but well, that's why we're here, right? Just look at this thing. It goes perfectly. It's fast, it's really fast. All right, that's perfect. So after everything is done, let me just give you a quick tour in this really amazing and big warehouse and everything that is related to it. Well, first of all, the most important thing, I replaced Trollish and now Trollish is gliding down on the chains. And I also tried to finish the train docks. So this is how it's gonna look. This is where the trains are going to arrive. And so I had to connect this whole thing to the main train line. As you can see, it's, well, of course you can have questions about it, whether it's safe, whether it's realistic, maybe too steep. But well, this is how it ended up. And I mean, honestly, I think it's just perfect as it is. I used this little guy and I basically digged out a lot of tunnels here and there. And this is going to be the most amazing thing. I just made this area where every train lines and train branches are basically meeting each other and they are just driving out of one and another. And for this area, this particular area and the tunnels, I'm going to make a separate video where I am going to decorate this whole thing, and that is going to be the Q&A video as well, because well, I promised that I'm going to do the Q&A on 2,000 subscribers, and so it will happen, but I just had to find a topic. I found another document here. The skeleton, oh, of course it sees me and it hits me with sniper perfection. So I just saw another document right here, which was, well, basically just nailed to this tree, which I managed not to cut down, so it just stayed here. And well, as I can see, I'm not really good at these kind of stuff, but as I can see, it's a shipping instruction and it is issued to Mag Agriculture Limited, which is Riverside Street 23 Steep Hill. It is also built to it. It's shipped to Lavender Plains Grain Elevator, which I know where it is. I know that location. The Mag Agriculture Limited can be found at the Lavender Plains Grain Elevator, which I know where it is exactly. So let's just think about it. So if we have shipping instruction, it means that right before there were anything right here, I mean a warehouse, there were shipping activities already, and we just have to find what was shipped there, because well, I know Mag is an old friend of mine. Unfortunately, Mag is not in this world anymore, but I can definitely tell that she was an amazing farmer and they had this family tradition going long back. So I'm just wondering what was shipped there. It says it's SIL AGR soil bag, 100 pieces. That's a lot. But of course, as always, I am just too curious not to go there. So, well, I guess see you there. Alright, so we are approaching it. Oh, and here is the grain elevator. As I said, I exactly know where this grain elevator is. It's right here. Oh, and here is the package. Look at that. It's a packing slip. And I think it has the same information that I have on the copy. But the question is, why would Mag order from TerraTech? Because as I can see the logo, it's a TerraTech product, but why would Mag order something from TerraTech? Oh, here's another container with another letter. Oh, to TerraTech Agriculture Support. My fields haven't grown things in weeks. The soil is turning to dust. There is no way. Wow, it's getting really dark. It's getting really dark. There are creepers and skeletons everywhere. So, oh my gosh, what happened to Mag? I have to investigate it and I have to look into this case a bit more. I will read through this whole mail right after I wake up, but now it's just too dark to continue this. Don't worry, I am the best detective right in this world. Mainly because I'm the only one in this world, but I will look into this for the next one. Until then, I wish you all the best, and you should wish me a good sleep because, well, the skeletons are not going to wish me anything good.